everyone, and welcome to Positive by Design. Good people talking about real shit and easy to implement success methods. Hosted by Social Jane Media, brought to you by yours truly, Sarah Glenn. I am the creator and CEO of Social Jane Media, a certified social media marketing expert and the branding specialist that many entrepreneurs turn to. If you're looking for inspiration from other entrepreneurs and high-vibing humans, you're in the right place. So settle in, get comfy, and let's get started. In today's episode, we're chatting with Lynn, a woman who has spent over 2 decades in the corporate world, climbing the ladder of success with great determination and hard work. However, she realized that success alone didn't guarantee happiness. After a period of self-discovery, she found her true calling in helping women unlock their inner happiness and live life on purpose. With her extensive experience and a passion for empowering others, Lynn is now a certified and sought-after happiness coach, speaker, and mentor. She's on a mission to help women break free from limiting beliefs and live a fulfilling life filled with joy, purpose, and meaning. Speaking my language. Welcome, Lynn. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm so happy to be here.
Can you share a little bit about yourself? Because when we first got connected, you weren't necessarily on this happiness journey. And so what brought you, what happened? Where did the pivot happen? What enlightenment came to you?
Thanks. So I am, I just turned 50 this year. I'm just going to put that right out there right now because it's been the greatest thing I've been waiting for. I know I waited.
I love that though. Own it, right?
I am so excited to be 50. I was born in New York and raised there. I'm a wife and a mom. I have 2 kids. Both of my kids are adults now. Yay. My husband and I high-fived because we successfully raised children to adulthood. We were very excited. We're Gen X kids, so we basically raised ourselves. Our parents were always working or far away or doing something or ignoring us, whatever. Grew up in the age without internet, no cameras, no cell phones. So it was a totally free time. People didn't know where we were until we showed up. It was great. I live in Colorado now. I moved here about 7 years ago for a job. I work in cable, corporate cable, cable television, internet, all that stuff for over 2 decades, as you said. And I have had so many different positions within that space, within that industry that, I've been an administrative assistant. I've been the tech guru. I've been training people. I've just done so many things with data. And initially, when I started doing coaching, I really wanted to, this is the path that I was initially on. And I kind of got led astray. I let myself get led astray because people tapped into my tech knowledge. And they were like, oh, you're such a guru. You know this and you know that and you know this. And while, yes, I do, it's hard to keep up with that stuff because technology is ever evolving. I mean, we have people alive still today that were born before television was even invented. So it's technology as we know it has evolved significantly. I know my first computer was the old brown beige Apple thing in our school computer lab. We had 5 computers and it was a computer lab. And so it's come a long way. And recently, about a month ago, I decided to just stop. I just stopped everything that I was doing and I started writing. I started working with a gal to help me just dig in and tap into what made me happy. Because I really lost sight of what made me happy. I thought working hard and working 40 plus hours a week and, getting awards and rising through the ranks was actually what was going to make me happy. And then I realized that it was actually making me miserable because I wasn't able to, it was a very solitary position. It was me and data, me and a spreadsheet, me and this, and I wasn't able to help other people. And one thing that I've always loved is helping people solve problems. Mostly that's kind of what I do in my day job. And I've been thinking, is that really what I want to do for the rest of my life? Do I want to help people solve tech problems? And I thought hard about it. And I was like, no, I literally don't want to do that. It makes other people more happy than it makes me. And that's not why I'm here. As moms, we kind of give up a part of ourselves to our kids with everything that we're teaching them and everything that we do. And we take a step back to pour into them and to raise them as adults, because that's our job, is not to just raise them, but to raise them to be functioning adults who contribute to society as an adult. So that's a lot of work. I mean, being a mom is a lot of work. And I kind of neglected some of my mom duties the last couple of years, probably like the last 3 years, trying to pour into this tech thing and trying to learn this new thing and learn that new thing. And it was literally exhausting.
Yeah.
So now I kind of shifted my focus back to what I was, initially, the path that I was initially on, because I got into coaching because I wasn't happy. I got into that because I wanted to figure out what could make me happy. And I realized, wait a minute, I'm not alone. I know that there are so many, and I know there's a lot of women my age or around my age who feel the same way. We've poured into our jobs, our careers, our kids, our husbands, just everyone else except us.
Yep.
And I heard this quote the other day, and it really stuck with me, because a friend of mine we were talking about my whole shift. And she said, you need to write down what you love to do, or what you love. What do you love? And the quote I heard was, and this was after, and it was, when you're making a list of the things you love, how long does it take you to put yourself on that list?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, shit.
You're
I
like,
didn't even put myself on my
list.
list. I wasn't even on my list. I went back and pulled my list out, and I was like, oh, I put chocolate above myself.
Yeah.
I put my dog above myself. I put my cat above myself. I put everything above myself. How many of us do that? How many women put anything above themselves?
Yeah.
I know there's more than one.
Oh yeah.
You've probably done it yourself. We just,
absolutely.
As women, we're caretakers, we're nurturers, we're givers. We give so much of ourselves to the point where we can run on empty. And how far does your car go when it doesn't have any gas in it?
Yeah.
Not far.
Well, and I think too, a big issue in like what really perpetuates that happening generation after generation of, us not even showing up on our own what do you love list is society kind of tells us it's selfish if you love yourself. It's selfish if you do something for you. If you have the time, you need to be pouring into your job or your family. And those things, yes, they are important, but you absolutely, as a human, have to take care of your mind, your body, your soul. Because like you say, you're running on E and you're doing nobody any good.
Exactly.
If your cup is empty, you cannot fill up anybody else's cup, no matter how delusional you think, you can do that. You just can't. You absolutely have to fill your own up. So that brings me to share with us, like, what are some daily practices that women can incorporate in order to start to cultivate that inner happiness, that sense of purpose?
Well, one thing that's really helped me is quiet time. My brain is constantly like bing, 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 bing. I don't know. There was a cartoon, Ricochet Rabbit, and that's what I feel like my brain is all the time. It's always like one idea to the next. So what's really helped me is just having some quiet time and being able to, yes, meditation. I have ADHD, so meditation is kind of hard for me. I'm lucky if I can get 5 full minutes of actual just solid closing my eyes and sitting still. But having quiet time in the morning and just reflecting on what I want to do that day has been really helpful to me. Journaling sometimes is hard for me. I'm not a writer. I don't like actually physically writing. I don't know why. It's just a thing I struggle with. So I do voice to memo. I do voice text in my phone all the time. And I've noticed that since I've started doing that, it's been helping me get those ideas out of my head, and my head doesn't feel so crazy. So I think the biggest thing that I can recommend is getting some quiet time of solitude and just sitting with your thoughts and just letting them go. And I like to keep my phone nearby because I'll grab it if I find if like something super profound comes up. Um, Another thing that I found that's been helpful to me is before I go to bed, because I'm trying to reprogram my subconscious brain. So I say to myself before I go to bed, what can I do? Help me learn what I can do to make tomorrow a better day or to help more
Yes.
people achieve their dream.
Yes. Well, and that's what's so incredible about just the brain and intuition is like we have all the answers that we're seeking.
Mhm.
The reason we don't find those answers is because we don't give ourselves that quiet time for them to actually say, like, to be heard, right? Because they're not screaming as loud as our judgments and limiting beliefs, right? That kind of stuff is just, it's quieter in our head, and we have to be quiet in order to then hear them. And what I found, like while you were saying that and you're doing that reprogramming exercise before bed, that's something I've been doing during meditation as well. Is I've been saying to myself, what do I need to learn? What is
Mhm.
something that I need to know? Because when you give your subconscious that permission to speak and to be heard, it will be heard. Like it's so powerful what quiet space can do for you.
You hit it on the
Um,
head. It's permission. That's exactly
yes.
what it is, because 90% of
Oh,
our brain
yeah.
is subconscious, and the 10% that's running the day doesn't know anything that's going on because it's going to try to tell you all the wrong things. It's going to try to sabotage you every chance you get to keep you in your comfort zone so that you don't move forward and you don't, break through to the thing that you want so much in your life.
Oh, yeah. So good. So, how can women identify and overcome some limiting beliefs that might be blocking that path forward towards happiness and fulfillment, right? What is like, how does that work?
You know, that is honestly that's like the $1,000,000 question right there, because that is really as hard as it seems, it's actually kind of simple.
Yes.
Because the best thing I can think of to tell people to help that is, one, identify it. Identify what it is. Like for me, one thing that I'm working on is the mindset around money and finances and things like that. Growing up with less and now being able to have more, it's almost the worthiness and being worthy to have a successful life now, because I grew up, I was a poor kid. We didn't have a lot of money. I was a single mom, two kids. There wasn't a lot. But now I'm not a single mom. I have two kids. We can afford to do more things for them. But I almost feel like, oh no, like we shouldn't have this money because we didn't have it. And so for me, it's affirmations, and it's been really stating it because of the limiting belief that I have around money. It's deserve abundance in my life. Wealth comes to me naturally. Money flows freely. Things like that. Just saying those things over and over again. I thought it was all freaking woo woo for like years. I'm not even kidding. I was like, I'm not doing affirmations. That's stupid. But it's not. And it really works. And I was the biggest, like, not going to do that. And once I started doing it, I realized it's almost like, damn, they were right. I wish I listened to them a while ago. But that's kind of how I've always been. I'm a Gen X kid. You're not going to tell me what to do.
Hmm.
Ask my mom. I still to this day apologize to her for not listening. I'm like, man, I wish I listened to you when you were listening.
She's like, I told you so. And you're
She
like,
does. She tells me that all the time. She stopped saying I told you so, but now she just nods and smiles. And I'm like, okay, I get it, mom. Yeah,
but
thanks.
that's the cycle of life, right? You
It
have to
is.
figure
It
out
is.
shit on
Totally.
your own and like just
Yeah.
make the mistakes, discover things. Like
Hmm.
that's part of the whole experience. And of course, you want your children to live a better life and have an easier go of it. But let's be honest, people that have had trauma and, stress and had to experience life on a whole nother level than someone who just got everything handed to them. I mean, let's be honest, they have a little more tools in their tool belt to
Yeah.
get through life and to, not be uh, just barreled over when something bad happens, right? You kind of are a little tougher. And I'm not saying that's, I wish that upon anybody, but
No,
I
I
grew
know
up
exactly.
very kind of same vein as you, where I've got some major money blocks and like beliefs because I grew up very poor. I mean, we had no money for anything. A night out, like, you know, dinner out was like a 99-cent hot dog from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I get that.
it's just that didn't exist in my life. And having money meant you had to work your ass off.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you didn't get any of it. And
Nope.
so I have to reprogram a lot of that limiting belief for myself. And you're so right. Affirmations, they sound ridiculous and woo woo, but speaking to yourself kindly and speaking
Hmm.
to yourself with that manner of, like we mentioned before, permission, give yourself permission to be a wealthy person. There's a lot of power in that. I do my money affirmations when I'm in the shower because water is such a powerful conduit for just
Put you
like
in the alpha
energy.
state. Yeah.
And I'll hold my hands under the water and I'm physically feeling something hitting my hand, and I'm telling myself that I have an abundant, wealthy life. And it's like I'm visualizing as if I'm actually touching, money, and I'm touching things, but the water is that sort of that thing that's happening. And so I don't know, somebody might be listening to this thinking these ladies are nuts, but I'm
Hey,
telling
you know
you,
what? If it works, it
it
works,
works.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, as we move forward in this conversation, what are some effective strategies for women to start to prioritize self care and self love on a daily basis?
One thing I'm the biggest thing you can do to self-love yourself, I think, is wash your face. I mean, Rachel Hollis said it best, girl, wash your face.
Yeah.
You're feeling like crap, wash your face. You're feeling down, wash your face. You're crying, wash your face. There's just something about washing your face and rinsing it off, and it just makes, to me, it just makes me feel fresh
Yeah.
and new. And it's the act of the water, and it just washes away whatever you
Hmm.
can be feeling at that moment. And as soon as you come up, it's like, ah.
Yes.
And especially if you have a really amazing skin cleanser,
Yeah.
if you have
That
something like
helps.
that, and you're just like, and it just, I don't know what it is, but I tell everybody, if you're not washing your face in the morning, you should start, because it is seriously such a great way to prime your pump,
Hmm.
set yourself up for the day, then go do your affirmations and go do all of that, because your face is ready. You're ready to go. You've washed all that nighttime stuff off, and then you're just
Yeah.
ready to go and face the world. So for me, wash your face, girl. That's
Is
my
it,
favorite thing to tell
you're
people.
so right, though. It is the simplest stuff has the most power. Something I've been doing lately is, and I read this, I want to say it was in one of Louise Hay's books. If like you're not familiar with Louise Hay, oh my God, she's just incredible. But anyways, there was a part of the book that was talking about self-love and self-care, and how something as simple as when you're putting on lotion or like, an oil or something after you get out of the shower, talk to yourself, like tell your
Yeah.
body, I love you, you're perfect, thank you, because the universe loves a grateful person. And
Hmm.
when you are grateful to your body, and that's the same thing with washing your face, like you're you
Absolutely.
it's incredible. um
It's the best.
So, what kind of resources and support systems are available to help women just sort of start to navigate this journey toward unlocking their inner happiness, living a purposeful life? Like, what is some stuff that you have for your communities that you do?
So I am a huge fan of, as we said, affirmations. I'm a huge fan of audiobooks. I'm a huge fan of all of those things to help, because sometimes we just need to hear it. Recording your voice, saying your things, writing stories, writing letters to your future self. Like, what would your life look like a year from now? I think that's a really great way to tap into um, the work that you're doing now, and how it can help you propel you to the future that you want. I run a Facebook group over on, Facebook, naturally, because that's where Facebook group lives. And it's called Radiate Your Inner Joy. And I'm also an advocate for wellness and physical activity. I've been a health coach for years as well. And I'm, nourishing your body and making sure that you're, getting the proper nutrients and fuel, because again, we can't run on empty. And it's not just about, affirmationally pouring into yourself. It's about nutritionally pouring into yourself as well. But this group, Radiate Your Inner Joy, is all about giving women different resources to help them tap into the aspects of them that they love, that they want to nurture more, they want to bring more out. Say if it's you're not doing any physical activity and you want to start, there's always I have quick, simple, movement tips in there to help. I just think that finding friends who are also going through something. It's great to have, as South Park said, accountability buddies. I love accountability partners. I think that they're absolutely the best way for you to stay on track. If you're going through something and you need support, tell a friend, bring a friend along with you. Everything's more fun with friends. And I just really think that, whatever you can find that you feel will help you, use it. Use the resources. If you find a great podcast, I think podcasts are super great. You can pop them on in the car, you can put them on your headphones, walk around with them. There's so many out there that it can get a little overwhelming, but you just have to really ask for recommendations from your friends and try to keep. My friend said to me, she goes, well, the different social media platforms. She's like, TikTok is where you can kind of let it all hang out, Instagram's where you got to keep it on the sophisticated, like, aesthetic side. And Facebook, well, you got to be super professional on Facebook, and you got to be positive on Facebook and always nice on Facebook. And I was like, where do you get to just go be you?
Yeah.
A Facebook group. That's where you can get just go be you. And because Facebook groups are private, most of them are private, and then it's more of a safe space. Mm-hmm. So that's the one big resources that I've liked to create for people, is a safe space for them to feel comfortable sharing, asking questions, getting feedback. Because so many times we try something and maybe it didn't work and we're not sure why, but maybe a certain aspect of it worked, but not the whole thing. And if you get a little feedback, people will say, well, this worked, but this didn't. So try this, not that. Again.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, honestly, the ultimate goal is just be authentic no matter what platform you're on.
Yeah, of course.
And, they'll love you, they'll hate you, whatever. That's not my problem.
Can't please everyone. You're not tacos.
They don't pay my bills. But the Facebook group, I'm with you on that. Like, having a spot where people can nurture each other, right? Like, they go there to be nurtured, but then it turns into this network where you're nurturing each other and you're collaborating and you're creating and you're making friendships. Like, it's just the coolest thing. So you guys, I'm going to put Lynn's link to her Facebook group in the show notes. Be sure to get over there so you can join, because hello, how simple can it be to start living a more fulfilled and joyful life? It is not something that is unattainable. And getting yourself around a group of women that are living that every day and sharing their tips and tricks on how to make it even more accessible to you, that's a slam dunk, like, for sure. So go connect with some like-minded women, receive the support that you're looking for, because Lynn is here for you guys. I'm so grateful to have you on today. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we jump off? I'm
really excited. I'm shameless plug. I'm launching a new program. It's called Uncoaching with Lynn Korcykoski, because I think a lot of us have sat still and been told, you need wait and work hard and your time will come. And I think a lot of that is programmed us. It's been programmed into us to sit and wait. And I'm here to tell people that it's time to get uncoached from that. Yes. It's time to break free from that, because, we are meant for more. And there's nothing wrong with being happy and taking care of yourself. It's not a crime. It's absolutely necessary. And I'm just ready to help more women tap in and unlock their inner joy to live a life on purpose.
Oh, I am right there with you. I love it. All right, you guys, keep your eyes open for Uncoached with Lynn because I know that's going to be good. Like, I can feel your energy about just this purpose, and this message is so good and it is so important. Like, we need to just start taking action, right? Just start doing it and knowing that it's there for you. So, thank you so much, Lynn. We'll chat
Thank
soon.
you. Okay, bye.
Are you ready to elevate your brand, attract your dream client, and scale your business to 6 and 7 figures? The Sexy and Soulful Branding Academy is now open. This is for you if you're ready to ignite your business with a powerful dose of clarity, confidence, intuition, and genuine connection. Picture this: you stride into a virtual classroom to pour into your community, buzzing with high-vibing energy, and everyone is magnetized to you. They don't know why, but you do. You created your brand vision for that very purpose. The Sexy and Soulful Branding Academy is led by yours truly. With over 1,000 hours of mentorship and coaching, as well as being certified as a branding strategist and social media marketing expert, I bring equal parts sass and soul. This academy transcends the ordinary and takes you on a transformative journey, giving your clients the promised experience that they desire when they work with you. What sets the Sexy and Soulful Branding Academy apart? Well, it's not just about mastering the art of good design or marketing strategies, although we do that too. It's about diving deep into the essence of your brand, embracing your uniqueness, and unleashing your authentic voice to make an unforgettable impression that sparks curiosity and inspires fierce loyalty. SSB isn't just about theory and lectures. We are bringing creativity, intuition, and exploration to the forefront. You'll engage in interactive workshops, collaborative projects, and even challenges designed to push your boundaries and ignite your passion. Together, we'll unleash your sexy and soulful brand. Join us inside the Sexy and Soulful Branding Academy and prepare to embark on a journey of self-discovery, creativity, and business growth like no other. It's time to embrace your authentic power and watch as your brand captivates the world. The time is now. Let the essence of your brand finally be seen. That was so much fun. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you want to get a shout out or maybe even inspire a fellow entrepreneur, go ahead and take a screenshot of yourself listening to this episode and tag us in your stories at Social Jane Media. Positive by Design is brought to you by Sarah Glenn, CEO of Social Jane Media, the branding and business coaching agency that teaches you how to discover your authentic brand, lead with value, and build the business you desire. If you're ready for more, head over to the Social Jane community. Link is in the show notes. I'll see you inside.